The Chicago Bears are just about to do something that the NFL absolutely hates. I mean, they are following a familiar blueprint to greatness. So, what's the goal here? What's the absolute dream scenario that we want here as fans? We're looking for the Bears to put a young quarterback in a spot to be a star, contend for, or win a championship on his rookie deal, right? Then you have the groundwork laid to be a perennial contender. You become a destination to be sought for free agents. It's just how you change a franchise. This draft is a turning point. It's going to show something too. Once Caleb Williams is drafted as our new quarterback, this looks like a done deal. We can consider that a moot point. This draft is going to show where the front office and coaching staff is at. Are we looking to push forward toward a championship with defense or offense? Is it actually possible to have a dominant offense in Chicago? I think it is, but that remains to be seen. And better yet, can we actually be balanced? Can we be able to win from both sides of the ball? All good questions, but look no further than the Houston Texans. And I'm going to go to this story on Windy City Gridiron, I believe. Yep, it's Windy City Gridiron. These guys are the best in the business. Go and watch this story. I always want to give credit. So look no further than the Houston Texans. I can't think of anyone that saw this coming last year. What they did seemed to come from nowhere. All this momentum now, much of it coming from loading up on the defensive side of the ball in the offseason. And oh, yeah, actually getting the quarterback decision right. They've given us a blueprint here. Let's look at what the Houston Texans have done. And we're in a spot to do exactly the same thing, only I would argue we can actually do it better. So last year's draft, they drafted CJ Stroud at number 2. Then they traded up with the Cardinals and nabbed Will Anderson at defensive end. Two foundational pieces, both, I believe, the defensive and offensive rookie of the years in one draft. Building blocks on each side of the ball. And now they just added the best defensive pass rusher available in free agency, Hunter from Minnesota. They got him to pair with Anderson, and more on this in a second. They just added Stephon Diggs via trade, even though they already had a 1,000-yard receiver, Nico Collins. And this is from John Crumpler at USA Today. This is about this addition. Diggs is going to see multiple looks in this Bobby Slowick scheme, while defenses are forced to account for Tank Dell and Nico Collins' ability vertically. Throwing just one more great player into this great scheme, potential force multiplier and easy first downs. And I would say that the veteran Hunter added to go along with Anderson, that maximizes Anderson's rookie contract. Diggs added to provide unrivaled veteran leadership alongside an ascending young talent in Collins. I'm going to drop this story down. Man, this is a team set up to win for years, my friends. Stroud, he has a chance to develop with top-level talent around him. Poles can do this in Chicago, and he's already close to achieving it. So he now has Keenan Allen. You guys know this, who I actually like more than Diggs. Allen is actually a team player. He doesn't have any history of a diva-like behavior. No chatter from him as the Chargers were wasting Herbert's rookie contract, right? That was such a huge waste. And an opportunity to draft the best defensive end prospect to pair with Montez Sweat, who's way better than Hunter, by the way. Poles has an opportunity not only to follow the Texans' blueprint, but actually do it better here. So over 2 seasons, this roster has been completely overhauled, and we can follow the same route the Texans did, get the best quarterback talent in the draft, plus the best defensive prospect at 9, as I've said previously, and better yet, a pivot to help the offense even more is on the table as well at receiver and possibly tackle. Just no bad choices here. But I'm going to suggest in this video following the Houston way. This isn't perfect science, but notice something here. A ton of fuss is being made over the Bears taking Caleb Williams out during his visit to Hallis Hall recently. What, right? It's been all over Twitter. I mean, they pulled out all the stops, and most sources are reporting this even fully solidifies that he's our guy. This is from Peter Schrager. The Bears brass took Caleb Williams out to dinner last night to the restaurant Sophia Steak in Lake Forest. Williams was at the Bears facility today on his visit, as was Alabama defensive end Dallas Turner. Waddle and Sylvie. They reported that veterans DJ Moore and Tyreek Stevenson, they are also on hand as well. Dallas Turner might be the right play here at 9. They got him in here quickly for a visit as well. They prioritized him early along with Caleb Williams. Also, Turner, he stated in the media previous to his draft visit and at the combine, he would absolutely love to play here. I mean, he wants to come to Chicago. So now there's part of me wondering this. If Caleb Williams and Dallas Turner, if they crossed paths on purpose, was this planned? Is it just coincidence? Just so many questions here. They're not likely to get answered, but nonetheless, seeing news that this draft class's top quarterback prospect and the potential first defensive player taken in the draft, that they were in town for top 30 visits at the exact same time, that kind of spins the wheels in my head a little bit. I like more and more of the Bears following this Houston blueprint. This would almost perfectly follow the game plan, only done a little better. Plus, we already have the best secondary in the league. I think that's hard to argue against. With the addition of Turner, though, opposite Montez Sweat, would then we have maybe the best defense in football? I mean, this even being a conversation 2 years ago would have gotten a solid drug test, right? CJ Stroud, if you look, he just got an early Christmas present, right? They traded for Stephon Diggs. He's 30 years old. He's topped 1,000 yards in 6 consecutive seasons, 4 of those of Josh Allen. And he now joins a suddenly great Nico Collins, who busted out in his 3rd year. Sound familiar? They're doing this for an obvious reason, maximizing the value given to them by Stroud's rookie contract. Is it a huge leap to expect a possible AFC championship game here from the Texans after only one good year? Most of us would say yes, this is a reasonable expectation. We'll look at how this blueprint shown by the Texans might affect how the Bears draft later this month. Let's do this. They did a great job here. If you look at what the Bears have done so far from this perspective, they may be ahead of the curve here. We might be able to set up to finally take advantage of an actual star quarterback on his rookie deal. This is a dare to be great situation. It's something that we've never done before. I want to give it a try. We've already given Caleb a fantastic veteran receiver in Keenan Allen, done way before the Houston Diggs trade. We have DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, another good tight end in Everett, added in free agency, DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, I think he'll be looked at as a key acquisition once this season gets underway. I think having him as a home run threat adds a dimension to this offense that we haven't had. We can't have everything perfect, though. But let's look at what we actually have here. 2 solid young tackles in Jones and Wright. A Pro Bowl caliber guard in Tevin Jenkins. If he's healthy, that's totally true. Rotational and versatile pieces across the line. A suitable solution at center with competition. You can say the old line is going to be bad still. I mean, naysayers, they speak so loudly, but without the rash of injuries we had last year, the O-line, that shouldn't be a glaring weakness. It actually might play into being one of our strengths. A great move. Watch my recent video. Amagaje, he'd be the perfect guy to draft with our 3rd round pick to further shore up the offensive line, give much needed competition to Braxton Jones. And he was just in for a visit as well. So it's a legitimate connection. I think he has the possibility of being sneaky great here and an absolutely fantastic way to still address our offensive line if we go Turner, if we go a receiver in the 1st round. Making this move in the 1st with Turner specifically paired with this one, Amagaje would be the ultimate getting our cake and eating it too. I think this is a great course of action. We also acquired the best offensive coordinator in the market in Shane Waldron. I think that's absolutely true. Man, I hate being all positive here, but there's just a ton to like. And this is considering we did an absolute full teardown only 2 seasons ago. We are 1 year into starting to reap the benefits from that. If Williams is as advertised, he's set up perfectly for success. And with this defense, even as is, even if we don't do Turner, he won't be expected to carry the team. Gone is the excuse of a poor supporting cast. Gone is the excuse of poor coaching. I think we did a great job bringing the right guys in to coach these players up. Poles has done everything in his power to set this up so well. And that's why GM Ryan Poles is trying to accomplish with Caleb Williams. He's trying to develop him both as comfortably and as quickly as possible so that he's really ready to elevate the Bears when it's time to extend him down the road. Assuming he reaches that point, that's a really good thing to look forward to. And we're all seeing how the Texans are approaching it with Stroud. Poles, he's seen firsthand how to accomplish that goal with Mahomes. Granted, it's a little different situation. And he finally has the Bears actually ahead of the curve on this. This is the way. I think the Texans' way is giving us a really good blueprint. I think it's also, if we pivot away from that, there's really not a bad choice here in this draft. Let's hope this works. And thanks for watching, guys. Bear down. Enjoy this offseason, and we'll talk soon. See ya.